Good evening. Welcome to Daddy Still Broadcasting. Hope you guys are having a great Friday. Um, First of all, you'll notice I don't have any masks on. You'll notice I don't have a mask on. That's because I'm going to pick up S&M and I don't have to go into any stores. And let's pull that of here. So, just to let you know why I don't have a mask on, I shouldn't have to come across a lot of people. And her mother kind of lives in more of a suburban area around here. So she doesn't really have to, there's not a lot of people outside and stuff like that. Even now in the city, there's not a lot of people all around anyway. But yeah, so that's just to explain that. The title I just thought was kind of a fun, tongue-in-cheek title because I was thinking to myself, I've been wearing a mask in my past couple of vlogs, at least when I do my grocery shopping, and I thought that maybe some of you might ask yourselves the question of, how come Daddy slash Philip is not wearing a mask right now? Well, there you go. Um, so yeah, I'm very proud and thankful to say that I haven't left my house since last Sunday when I dropped her off at her mommy's house. So pretty much the only time that I'm leaving the house is to pick her up, to pick up S&M, and to go get groceries. This week, like I said, I think I said in the last vlog or the last video, I'm out of masks. So let me get some of the when you don't drive your car all week, I noticed there's a layer of dust or grime on the door. So it's a little bit weird to be going outside, and I have to admit a little bit of anxiety when going outside. But that's why I'm not wearing a mask right now, and it feels good to see the sun and the clouds and everything. And those of you who are still driving, tell me how you feel. Do you find that? Oh, check this out. Beautiful. I don't know if you can see it very well, but just some beautiful cloudscapes as Montreal tends to offer to us in general. So that's where we're headed. Going to pick up my special treasure. Going to pick up S&M and your special treasure too. And I'm not wearing a mask because I don't have to. I'm not going to be going into any stores. I'm not going to be going into any buildings or anything like that. It's just straight back and forth. Pick up S&M, have her with me for the weekend, and then take her back. But you bet I got my arsenal with me. I got my rubbing alcohol. I got my hand sanitizer. And I have multiple layers like I showed you guys in my last vlog. I don't see a lot of comments coming through, but that's all right. It's great to see you guys. Whoever the two of you are, please be sure to hit that like button. That means a lot to us. S&M will beat the crap out. No, just kidding. If you don't hit the like button, just kidding. But yeah, so that's what we've been doing. I haven't left the house since last Sunday when I dropped her off at her mommy's, and I got my groceries dropped off last night. I was finally able to get some flour, and what I've been doing is kind of sneaky, but it's smart at the same time. I've been ordering two different types of items of the same product. So I ordered two types of flour, and I ordered two different packages of paper towels, hoping that if one was out of stock, at least I'll get one of the other one. And for better or for worse, I ended up with 2 bags of flour, a packet of yeast, which is amazing. I've been trying to buy yeast for a month now to make real bread, not that crazy oatmeal cookie, half sponge cake, half soft pretzel kind of bread that we made. But it was really tasty and soft. Don't get me wrong, but it's definitely not officially something that you could consider bread. But yeah, again, just take a look at these beautiful skyscapes, guys. Just amazing. This is the beauty of Montreal, the beauty of the sky. There's a lot I don't like about Montreal, and there's a lot I wish was different in Montreal. But I gotta tell you, the skyscapes, the clouds, just the beautiful sky you see is there's not there are many places where you can see it, but I'm happy to have the cloudscapes and the skyscapes that we have here. And you'll notice on a lot of the billboards going by, not these ones, but more the electronic billboards, you see that a lot of them have rainbows. So I don't know where you guys live, but here in Montreal and in Canada, a rainbow has become a symbol of the positive, what's the outcome of all of this, that we will get through it. And just like after any storm, there's the rainbow off in the corner there on the left. You can see on that billboard. That it just goes to show, just that promise that at the end of this storm, there will be a rainbow, just like at the end of a lot of storms where it stops raining and the sun comes out. So we've been seeing rainbows all over the place. Uh, I'm thankful that I can work from home. There you go, back in the cockpit with Daddy. I'm thankful that I can work from home. I'm very grateful for that, and for me, it's necessary. I do have asthma. I do have breathing problems, and I don't want to mess with this thing at all. I don't want to take any risks. I can't afford to take the risks. And my special treasure, I want to be with my special treasure Esinam and with you guys as long as I possibly can in life. So that's, just got to be super careful. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm also thankful to, that there are services that will deliver the groceries. I'm working on the same tank of gas that I had in March. So we're gonna find out how long a tank of gas, and it's pretty high. It's still full. It's basically a full tank of gas. I don't know how. I know gas. The price of gas dropped in the states, but here in Montreal, we're looking at 84 cents a liter, and there's about 4 liters to a gallon. So you can do the math on that. Gas is still more expensive in Canada in general than it is in the states, depending on the state, obviously. But I'm stuck behind a truck now, a 4x4 rather, a Rogue, a Nissan Rogue. But I'd rather be going the speed limit. And I heard somebody say on New Jersey 101.5, because even though I'm in Canada, I still listen to New Jersey radio a lot. Um, I heard someone say, "Be careful on the roads when all of this is over, because you bet there's going to be a revenue grab, a money grab, when people start getting back on the road and stuff like that on a regular basis. You can bet to wager and guarantee that you are going to have some cops out there that are going to try to be making money for the state again with their ticket quotas. And no matter what people say, just take a look at that beautiful sky. No matter what people say, I know cops have ticket quotas. And the ex police chief of Montreal came out about 4 or 5 years ago and said there were ticket quotas. And the minute you have quotas, the minute you know that a lot of people, or some people at least, are getting tickets when they should not have gotten them, or when the cop could have been lenient in some way, shape, or form, and normally would have been, but they got it because this police officer has to give a certain amount of tickets out. Just look at that nasty garbage though on the left side of the road. That's kind of disheartening. That's kind of sad. But yeah, you can tell that the street cleaners haven't been coming out a lot and doing that job, which is understandable. I mean, it's so this is kind of par for the course. Let me get you back in. So who are you? There is somebody watching this video and not saying a word. Who are you? I want to know who you are. Um, Everybody is welcome here as long as they put forth positive, constructive feedback, and that doesn't mean you got to like me or everything I say or do. It just means that we got to be positive and constructive and have respectful conversations here at Daddy Still Broadcasting. And so, yeah, who are you? Let me know who you are, because it's nice to see you, whoever you are, our YouTube neighbor, our friendly neighbor, whoever you may be. And whoever put the like, thank you for that as well. That means a lot. I'm going to pick up our special treasure. And there you go. For those of you who might be wondering why I'm not wearing a mask right now, it's because I don't have to go into any buildings. I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to, drive up to Esenam's mommy's house and ring the doorbell with my elbow so I don't touch anything, and then get Esenam in the car. So, and luckily, because, when you have custody issues, as her mother has had with me in the past. You also end up having, in this kind of situation with COVID-19 and all that, and the quarantine, it can be delicate. So thankfully, her mother can work from home, and her mother is telling me that she's respecting the quarantine. Here in Montreal, we're not allowed to have any gatherings of two people or more. So, excuse me, daddy burp. So we are not allowed to have gatherings of two people or more, which means unless you're cohabiting in that space or you're the child's parent, then you are not allowed to have anybody over. Your children are not allowed to have playmates and stuff like that. So her mother is telling me that she is respecting that, and if I have proof of the contrary, my eyebrows will be raised and issues will be taken up with that person. But in general, the most important thing is that S&M is safe, that she is okay. Always check your blind spots, kids, especially when you're getting on the highway, and making sure that you are doing what's right. Uh, there we go. So I did what was right. I had to wait for that guy to pass me because in my blind spot he seemed to be going too fast. And we're about to, in a couple of minutes, we're going to hit that tunnel that we always hit. So what have I been doing? Well, basically the same thing probably you guys are, staying at home as much as I can, trying to order as much as I can online, and filming. I have a vlog that I want to put out that Esnam and I kind of filmed last week. Esnam has been holding the camera a lot for me, when she's with me, and she's really good at holding the camera steady, and I'm just amazed at how fast she learns and how amazing she is. And you guys have heard her voice here and there on recent videos. I finally was able to order a cake because sadly, let me show you guys. Sadly, I wasn't able to get a cake because of having to order groceries and have them brought home and all that. But we finally got a cake yesterday when they dropped off the groceries. We have sparklers and we have candles for that cake. And if Esnam wants to celebrate her birthday, then we are gonna uh, put the candles on that cake and celebrate her birthday like absolute bosses. But we've got an Oreo flavored cake for Esnam. And this week, the only thing they didn't have with our groceries was Easter Easter egg Oreo cookies, which we ordered. And I think I ordered hamburger meat, but they didn't have that. And I had this ominous feeling when I did one of my last in-store grocery shopping at the end of March 2020, so at the end of last month. I had this ominous feeling that the grocery shelves were being less and less full, and there might be times when we have shortages and where we have less of a chance of getting certain food items, which is scary and disheartening. No need to panic, obviously. Definitely no need to panic. We have to keep a level head about us, but it is scary all the same. If just to acknowledge the fact that it's scary is healthy also. If we didn't have a certain amount of fear, we wouldn't be buying masks. We wouldn't be, washing our hands multiple times a day, and a lot of that fear is healthy for us to have. Don't see any comments coming through. Thank you for watching me drive stream. Thank you for being here. I'm very happy about that. That you're here with me. Feel free to comment. If not, that's okay too. Silence is a good thing also, and a healthy thing. Um, I want to I want to try to film more. All right, guys. I don't know how that happened. Dave, if you're still here, brother, it's great to see you. David Macias. That was weird. In that corner where I just turned around, kind of like a clover leaf on the highway, it just, there was no more service for whatever reason in that little pocket. And it is what it is. So you're seeing this beautiful, again, the beautiful skyscapes that Montreal and the surrounding areas have to offer. This is the highway rolling by at 100 kilometers an hour, which is about 60, 65 miles an hour. Excuse me. And it's just amazing and beautiful to see. But if we were to stay on this road, we would go all the way down to the States, too, all the way down to New York State first, um, which I haven't done in about a year, in over a year. And I really miss New Jersey. I really miss my Aunt Maggie and my cousin Eddie and everybody down in the States. Um, there's an overpass. Um, so, yeah, nothing, I haven't cases of COVID-19 in Montreal, and so far we're still far away from the neighborhoods where there's thousands of cases, and so we're keeping our fingers crossed for that. Before we get too close to that exit, I'm just gonna put you guys back in the cockpit. I think that's you, Dave, for that second like. Really appreciate it, brother. Hope all is well, and thank you for putting the comment that you did put. I saw you say hello. That's as you can see by the video now, the beautiful sun just shining on me and warming me up. I worked all day today. I woke up last night with kind of a weird nightmare, but that could have been inspired by the scary stories. All I remember is a miniature saber-toothed tiger was trying to eat me, and I had to kill it, and so I killed it. Um, I'm not a believer in cruelty to animals. I think we should all be respectful to animals, but if it is, here, take a look at that. Beautiful. If it is a, if it's a, so it was a weird dream to have. It was definitely a very weird dream to have have those animals, have a very minuscule saber-toothed tiger attack me and try to bite me. I woke up with an overwhelming sense of fear. I usually don't, I'm not affected by that, but there's so much going on, and even in the past couple of years, but also just with everything that's going on now, being constantly bombarded in the news and the media of COVID-19, the death counts, over and over, everything that's going on. Um, it gets to you, and sometimes I think the nightmare I had last night was just kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, my body, my mind is trying to make sense of all of this, trying to cope, and I don't believe that dreams have any significance other than it's your mind trying to cope with the stuff that's going on in your daily life. Because sometimes, especially when you're a father, when you work full time, when you do YouTube, a lot of YouTubers will know this too. You don't always have time to sit down and process and take a step back. And for those of you who are able to, I would highly recommend that you use this time if you're not working, obviously to find a new job if that's what you have to do, because we have to put food on the table, we have to take care of ourselves. But I would highly recommend that you take this time to reflect and think about where you're at and where you want to be, because it's scary and it's not easy. But there will be life beyond this whole event, and yeah. So um, I think that the reason why I had that dream is because I'm coping with a lot of changes in the past 4 or 5 years, but also, having read scary stories right before bed, which is always the best idea in the entire world. And also, um, just everything that's going on. We're constantly bombarded by fear. Almost everyone on YouTube is talking about, you know, COVID-19 and everything. I listen to my favorite New Jerseyan radio station, New Jersey 1015. bam, COVID-19, just constantly being barraged with, all of this negativity. It's not surprising to have a nightmare here or there. Um, but I don't, just like I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe that dreams have future portents, future significance for what may happen in the future. I do, however, believe that it is our mind's creative and sometimes confusing way of coping with what you're dealing with in your everyday life, your daily life. And if you think about it, just all of the events that are coming together in my life personally, but in the life of everyone right now, and it's scary as hell. It makes sense that we have a nightmare from time to time. So there you go. For what it's worth, again, there's beautiful rainbows popping up everywhere. I'm sure Esnam and I are gonna stop and take a look at the rainbows, and she's gonna point them out to me as we're on the way home. How is Esnam doing? Well, she's hanging in there like the absolute 6-year-old boss that she is. I'm so used to saying 5 now. But yeah, she's hanging in there. We're gonna have the Oreo cake tonight. We're gonna play with sparklers over the weekend. We have some birthday candles that we're gonna put on her cake, and we want to make a rainbow like we've been talking about, and put it in the window, so that we can be among the first, if not the first people in our neighborhood to put up one of those rainbows to say, hey, solidarity, empathy. We love you guys because you're human beings, and we're with you, and we certainly hope that everything goes well for you too. Excuse me for the daddy snort. I do have constant allergies and regular post-nasal drip. I take nasal spray for that on a daily basis, just to let you guys know. But that's where we're at. So it's very, very unprecedented and weird times. It's kind of reassuring to see that in the past, with like the Spanish flu of 1918, that people practiced social distancing. That this is not something that's completely new. There's a lot of people, especially on New Jersey 1015. There's a lot of people saying, things that, well, maybe we should not close down everything, but we should maybe close down. Maybe we should just quarantine the vulnerable, and not quarantine everybody. I'm not going to get involved in a discussion about that. As you guys know, I don't like discussions that are too emotional, or I don't like getting involved in religion or politics, especially on YouTube. I want to have fun and create and share as much of my life with you as I'm comfortable with, and as much as you guys want to see. Um, so yeah, that said, I don't know. It makes sense both ways. I mean, economically, if you think about it, we can't keep going on with a quarantine forever. We just can't. It's not feasible. But also, we don't want people who would maybe not normally get sick. Had they been at home to get sick. So, people like me who unfortunately have asthma, let's do a K turn. People like me who unfortunately have asthma, people who have diabetes, people who are, known to fall seriously ill if they catch this virus. Maybe they should be quarantined, but I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a scientist. My main responsibility is to make sure that SNM, my precious cargo, is okay. All right, guys, I love you. Thank you so much for being with me. Whoever this one person is who's been with me this whole drive, this whole time, even though you haven't said anything, thank you for being here. I wish you nothing but the best. Those of you who are up on this on the replay, who are seeing this on the replay, thank you for coming, even at a later time or later date. No need to apologize that you weren't able to make it. Just happy that you make it when you can. Much love and respect, guys. I will not touch my face to do the salute, but I'll do a far away salute for you. Daddy's still broadcasting, signing off for now, guys. Ciao. Much love and respect. Take it easy. I'm going to go pick up my precious cargo now. I love you, SNM.